Alright, so back to the equations. So let me explain you like how I'm gonna do these video recordings. I will do like maybe 1 or 2 videos a day, or like I'm thinking about do like 5 videos a week, and then I'll pretty much cover one entire chapter in like 5 or 6 videos. So yeah, like and the videos won't be longer than like 30 minutes. Just saying, like after 10 minutes I'll try to stop. So yeah, it won't be that boring. It generally won't be that boring, and then like I think it will help you guys in physics like a lot. All right, so back to equations. So here, let's talk about this equation even more. So not the one equation we talked about last time. X equals to x initial plus v initial t plus 1/2 at squared. All right, so let's say, let me give you another sample question with xo and vo not 0. All right, so let's say here is our school, east. It's a castle, but like it should be a school. Oh, whatever now is like nothing. All right, something like that. All right, so this is our school, Plano East. Hash. All right, so Antonio, my friend, is Chuck. There's a beautiful little Chuck right here. All right, so Antonio, he's Chuck. Originally, he is 100 meters away from Pash, and now he's traveling in a velocity of, let's say, maybe 30 meters per second, which is kind of slow for a car, to the nearby Texaco for a taco. The thing is, he doesn't have enough time, so he decides to accelerate. He decides to move faster. So his acceleration at this point is a equals to, so v here equals to 30 meters per second, and a equals to, let's see, he's trying to accelerate by 5 meters per second, which is pretty crazy. All right, so it took him, let's say, it took him about 1 minute to get to Mexico and got a taco. So it took about 1 minute, which is t equals to 1. So here you have to remember, you have to convert the units minute to seconds. So 1 minute equals to 60 seconds, so t equals to 60 seconds. All right, so we don't use x, so whatever this is, we have no idea. All right, so see, so and then after 60 seconds, he got to Texaco. So the question asked here, what is the distance between the Texaco to Pash? All right, so let's see. This question is actually fairly easy to get. All right, you guys see this? All right, cool. So note in this question, um, Antonio, he starts from a non-zero original position. So his original position is 100 meters from Pash. So x initial here is 100 meters. And VO is initial velocity, 30 meters per second. 30 meters per second. What's the acceleration? 5 meters per second. And what's the time? 60 seconds. So let's see. We're trying to get x. So it's a fairly easy question. We have all these variables, at to x, whatever. We have all these variables. So it's easy to set the equation up. So x equals to x initial, which is 100 meters, plus 30 meters per second times 60 seconds plus 1/2 acceleration, which is 5 meters per second, times t squared, which is 60 seconds, this entire thing squared, which is 100 plus, I'm not gonna write this down, because it's like pretty much wasting my time. So 100 plus times 60, so it's 1800. 1/2 times 5, 2.5, 2.5 times 300, so 3600 times 2.5. Let me get a calculator. All right, I cannot like really think while I'm making videos. All right, so 3600 times 2.5. That's 9,000. A fairly big number. So 9,000. So that equals to 9, 10. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, that's how far away the Texaco is from Pesh. So these are pretty simple questions, and then later you'll get to calculate some harder questions. But if nobody requires to do any of the questions, I won't do any of them. So cool. So let's see our one last equation. Let's change another color. V F squared equals to V initial squared plus 2A delta. On the equation sheet it said delta D, but I mean changing distance equals to changing position, so it's delta X. Alright, so delta X is change in position, like the question for whatever Antonio with the truck thing. Alright, so Antonio with the truck thing. Let's see, this is Pesh. This is a car. Draw circle is a car. It's not a car, but look, I just mean it's a car, right? Right. So here is again the Texaco right here, and Texaco right here. So if we say this entire thing is X, then what is the change in X? Well, what's the change in X for Antonio? Well, Antonio was originally at this point, 100 meters away, right? 100 meters away from Pesh. So the change in X is actually this, is X minus 100. Like mostly like most of the questions cars use this equation. The change in X is always provided for you. Like we say like how like this car moved 60 meters until it comes to stop, blah 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 like that. All right. So it should be a fairly easy equation. So let me give you guys a sample question. Alright, so simple question is about Antonio again. So Antonio and his truck again was moving. Oh yeah, this truck is getting better. Alright, this truck was moving originally in the velocity of, this time we'll make it faster, we'll say 60 meters per second. Alright, so 60 meters per second. And then its acceleration is we'll try to get the acceleration. Alright, so let's try to get v final. Alright, so acceleration equals to 1 meter per second square. He's like accelerating slowly. So when the car traveled see 100 meters, what's his velocity at the point? So v initial 60 meters per second, and then a is 1 meter per second squared, and delta x is 100 meters. So it's really easy to get v final. So v final equals to v initial square, which is, let's say v final square equals to v initial square, which is 3600 plus 2 times 1, which is 2. 2 times 100 is 200. 200 equals to 3800. So v final equals to the square root of 3,800. And whatever that is, just calculate it. Let's do another question relating to this equation. Let's do another question right here. This question, I'll give you V final. So I'll just tell you a question. Here is another truck. I love trucks. Here's another truck. Moves in a velocity of let's say 16 meters per second, and it moved 100 meters, and then it slows down in the acceleration, and then as it drives 100 meters, it comes to a complete stop. So now we want to know what A is. What's the acceleration? So how do we get the acceleration here? So you're probably like, oh, there's only a V initial. Actually, it gives you V initial, delta x, and V final. So what's a V final? Because the car comes to a stop. So what's the final velocity of the car? 0. What's 0 squared? 0. So this equation is actually 0 equals to V initial, which is 6 meters squared, 6 meters per second squared. So it's 3,600 again, plus 2a delta x. So it's 2 times delta x 100, which is 200. So 200a. So what's A is fairly easy to get. A just equals to negative 18, which is pretty logical because the car is slowing down, right? So I mean, it's slowing in a fairly. Wait, what's going on here? Oh yeah, it's 18. Wait, my bad. Sorry. Alright, cool. 18. Sorry, I made the simple mistake here. Alright, so its acceleration is negative 18. So it slows down by the rate of 18 meters per second square. That's its acceleration. It's pretty logical, pretty reasonable because the car is slowing down. Of course, so the acceleration is negative, right? Right, so that's about it for this equations. I know I exceeded the time, but yeah. All right, so I'll see you next time.